Hey there, it's Jasper from Mammoth here today with a video comparing Alteryx, Tableau, and Mammoth. So we get asked a lot really what the main difference is between Alteryx versus Tableau, specifically in the context of data preparation, and which tool is better to go with. And we've also included Mammoth in this comparison just so you can get a better idea of what we offer here and how it might be helpful for you as well. So first thing I'll mention here is the main difference between Alteryx, Tableau, and Mammoth is going to be looking at the spectrum of both price as well as feature complexity and usability. So Alteryx is going to be all the way at the upper end when it comes to both price and complexity. It's a very advanced tool with a lot of features baked into it. And it is very expensive because of that. So if you're looking for maybe the most complex tool possible and you have technical expertise and you are able to work with more technical data analysis and preparation, then Alteryx might be a good fit, but you also should be at a larger organization that can afford the starting cost of $5,195 per year. Of course, that is a starting cost, so it only goes up from there. Now, Tableau is great for people who already use Tableau, and Tableau Prep is just to help prepare your data so that you can start visualizing it with Tableau. And so it's a lot more budget friendly, starting at only $7 a month, but it is very basic and it doesn't give you all of the more advanced features that Alteryx comes with. Now, finally, Mammoth, and the reason we've included Mammoth in the conversation here is because it does find a nice middle ground, right? It's going to be the lowest on cost out of all three of these tools. You can start with us only $29 a month. It's very user friendly like Tableau, but then at the same time, it offers those more complex features that Alteryx offers as well. So if you're looking for something that can give you more complex data preparation and automation tools, but also isn't as expensive as Alteryx, then Mammoth might be a great choice. Now, the other biggest differentiator with Mammoth compared to these other tools here too, is that you get that complexity of Alteryx with the user friendliness of Tableau. So you don't need to be hyper technical to be able to use Mammoth. It's all point and click and it's very easy to pick up. And the final difference I'd say with Mammoth as well is that Mammoth also allows you to really go deep into your data and drill down as far as you want to into different data points and actually do proper data exploration and discovery, which these other two tools don't really offer at the front of their products. So going into the different factors here, comparing them, first one here is ease of use and interface. Like I mentioned, Alteryx is going to have the most complex one. Tableau and Mammoth are going to be a little bit easier for you. Now, second here is data connection. So what we mean by this are just how many data sources do you have access to actually connect into these products where you can start then preparing your data that you're taking from these. So Tableau is really the different one here in that it is mostly made to work with the Tableau ecosystem. So it's going to connect to any data sources that work within Tableau, which is a lot, but it does limit you if you're dealing with less common or more complex data formats. Mammoth and Alteryx offer a large variety of different data connection sources, which is going to be much larger than Tableau. So if you're looking for something that can give you access to loads and loads of different data connections, APIs, anything like that, Alteryx and Mammoth are both very good fit. Next, for data preparation, all these tools are very solid with data preparation. Alteryx is going to give you those more complex functionalities, but it is going to be more complex to use, right? But if you are able to do more technical data analysis, you can do things like predictive analytics, spatial analysis, which is pretty unique to Alteryx. But if you just need basic data prep or you want data prep plus all the strong features that surround it to help get your data work done, then it's going to be far too complex for what you need. Now, Tableau is on the other side of that, where it's just a bit too simple, right? You can do basic data prep, but you can't really do much more than that. And then Mammoth does have that nice balance in the middle, where it gives you all the data prep tools that you need. We built it to have everything you need, but it doesn't have the steep learning curve of Alteryx, and it has a lot more flexibility than Tableau. Next, we have data automation. So Alteryx, again, and you're probably noticing the theme here, which I mentioned at the start, that Alteryx is going to help you create very complex data automation workflows. You can schedule and automate almost anything, but it gets super complicated super fast. As soon as you start setting up your workflows, you're quickly piling up different automations and it becomes very complex and difficult to use. So you will get overwhelmed fast if you're not used to working with tools in that capacity. Now, Tableau has basic automation features, but it isn't as flexible and you can't really do much more than the basics. And then with Mammoth, you can set up data automation without much difficulty. It's all no code, it's all visual. And Mammoth does come with everything you need to automate different data rules. Anything like if you need to bulk replace, you can automate a bulk replace. You can automate grouping, aggregating, all those different data features. You can set up rules for and have those automate as different data pipelines and workflows. Next here we have data analysis. So Alteryx is going to give you everything for complex data analysis. Tableau is going to give you a really easy way for you to actually move your data over to Tableau properly, right? So Tableau prep over to Tableau, where you can visualize and analyze your data. And then Mammoth, like I mentioned before, the difference is that you can really filter, drill down, and summarize your data and explore it as deeply as you want to, which is pretty unique to Mammoth. And then we have data warehousing. So Alteryx connects to the big players with data warehousing. So AWS, Google BigQuery, you can connect to all those different warehouses, but it doesn't have a data warehousing solution built into it. Tableau Prep is really used to connect with things that are in the Tableau ecosystem, like I mentioned before. So you can connect to a lot of different warehousing solutions, but it's not really built for the large scale data warehousing or complex transformations. And then finally, what's cool about Mammoth is that we actually provide you with your own built-in data warehouse. So that's useful in two ways, right? One, you are simplifying all the different transfer sources and workflows behind your data. So it's all just built in directly into the tool, which means that it's connecting. You don't have to worry about losing data along the way. But also what's nice about it is that that comes built into the monthly fee you're paying. So you'll also save money by not needing to pay for a dedicated data warehousing solution. Okay, then let's talk about support a little bit. Alteryx has 24/7 email and phone support, and they also have a lot of documentation. So because Alteryx is more complicated, they do offer a lot of support, which is very helpful. Tableau Prep, since they're such a large company with Tableau, their support's a bit more limited. They have email support in a community forum, which is very active. But if you want to get more dedicated support, then you'll need to pay for one of their higher plans. Finally, here at Mammoth, we have email, chat, and phone support. You can see on the right here, we have a little chat support button. You can reach out to us over email, and we're there to help you as much as we can. And we also do have a knowledge base that is always growing. Whenever people reach out to us with different questions or they need to know more about the tool, we're always able to quickly add it to a knowledge base and try to make sure that the help is always there for anybody else who needs it. Okay, next I want to talk about price. So I mentioned this earlier, right? Alteryx starts at a much higher price than the other two, and then Mammoth it starts at $29 a month. So that's where that pricing spectrum goes. Alteryx is going to be the most expensive, most complex tool. Tableau is right in the middle, and then Mammoth is going to be much more affordable for anybody who just needs a very solid data prep, analysis, automation, warehousing tool. Without much of the fuss, you can sign up for Mammoth quite easily at only $29 a month. Okay, last thing I'll mention here before I get into a final wrap up is just kind of what we call niche features, right? Like what are those features that Alteryx provides that maybe Tableau and Mammoth don't, and vice versa for the others. So Alteryx, like I mentioned a few times here now, they really have their niche locked in around advanced power user features. So if you are a deep, advanced, hyper-technical data analyst, Alteryx might be a great fit for you. Now, Tableau's niche is really focused around the fact that Tableau Prep is connected with the rest of the Tableau ecosystem. So if you're hyper reliant on Tableau and you just need a tool to do data prep before you send it over to Tableau, that's what Tableau Prep is built for, and that's a great niche that they have around. Now, with Mammoth, our niche really is that we provide you with way more ways to transform and work with your data and also explore it and analyze it in a way that requires no code and no technical ability. And so there's a one-of-a-kind webhook JSON extraction feature. We can also store data. We have warehousing. So Mammoth is really provided to give an easy-to-use, full-spectrum data tool. Okay, and so that's really it for going through these features one by one. In this article here, if you do check it out on our site, we do have this comparison table here as well. And in that comparison table, you can kind of see where everything falls down, all the categories that I mentioned here. But that's really it. So hopefully this was helpful. If you do have any questions about maybe you're considering using Alteryx, maybe you want to use Tableau Prep, maybe you're looking at Mammoth, whichever tool it is, we don't really mind. If you want to reach out and you have any questions about, kind of which tool is right for you and what you should be looking for and thinking about that maybe wasn't covered in this article, or maybe you want more specific details, definitely feel free to reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to help you. And that really wraps it up. So again, if you have any questions, get in touch. Hope this was helpful and hope you have a great day. Best of luck finding the best data prep tool for you. All right, have a good one. Bye-bye.